Alrighty guys, welcome to yet another video. In this video, we're doing something super different on this channel and I'm so excited to share it with you guys. As you can see right here, we've got my truck. I'll spin around and show you guys. But here is my truck. It is a 2010 black Ford F-150 with a crew cab and a 6.5 foot bed. And as you can see, I just bought a little bit ago. It finally came in after a really long excruciating process. The topper finally got here. A ranch mid-rise topper. It's got the extra 4 inches, which I love. It's got the screen door, and I paid, of course, I got sucked in. I paid extra for all the little features and stuff. Got the screen bug net in there. It's got these knobs things, so this pulls up. I'll show you guys that feature in a second. Here's the back of the topper, and I'll show you guys the inside here in just a second. So in this video, I'm going to be giving you guys a tour of my truck camping build, what I've done to the inside of this cab, and it's not going to be a how-to build video. I'm just going to be explaining it, giving you guys a tour, giving you some random clips and video bits of me when I was building it and the whole process of it, my thought process and everything. But for now, yeah, let's get into the tour. Alrighty guys, so I just moved the truck to give you guys some better lighting into here, but we're gonna open it up now. And bam, there it is. The lighting is pretty crappy, but here is my truck camper conversion. As you can see, we got right here on the left side, we've got my whole bed platform, we got the drawer, we've got the mattress on top. The right side, we've got the cabinet here. This is a whole storage area I designed, and we got a storage compartment under here. In the middle, we've got the flooring, a little bit of carpet, and then right in back we've got maybe my favorite feature, a little sneaky feature of this build, a super comfortable chair right in back. For just my whole thought process for this build is I don't want it to be the most professional build, the most tech savvy or whatever. I just want it to be something super cozy and comfortable that at the end of a long day of fishing or hiking or camping or whatever, I can just hop back in here and just feel super comfortable and be able to just get a good night's rest and just feel like super homey and have like kind of like a log cabin feel or vibe to it. And so I feel like I accomplished my goal very well, and I feel like this is one of just the coziest looking builds I've seen on YouTube. Spent literally months watching videos of different designs and just hundreds of different truck camping builds, and was inspired by guys such as Rody and Mav. I originally, for this build, I looked at just doing like a 2-drawer platform build on top, but after thinking about it for a while, I'm like, I wanted that design for a while, and after thinking about it for a while, I'm like, no, it's just not that practical. Like, I need to be able to have like good head space, be able to put my legs down in the morning and just have foot space, be able to sit up very easily, and I'm so happy I did this design. I just absolutely love how it turned out. So I guess I'll start with kind of explaining each aspect of the build and kind of show some clips of how I built it all together and my thought process. So we'll start with kind of like the bed area. So as you can see, we've got, it's a platform. I think it's around 29 inches wide, and we just built a standard frame. I didn't get too much footage of building the actual frame, and we had some troubles. I'll see when I show you guys the drawer inside. We had some troubles with bent wood and getting warped, so I had to really put a lot of wood in there to get it all to straighten out nicely. As you guys can see here on the side, I found this sweet side wood paneling that has like this really cool design I love on it, and I've got that all around. Just kind of gives it a really nice little rustic feel, and I got that a lot. Use it a lot in this build. But for the bed itself, I have underneath it, side of the platform, I used old wool carpeting that we had and totally lined the entire surface all the way around with a carpet just to make it really cozy. It was a long process getting that all in and stapling it all together, screwing it all in, and getting it all in to look nice. But I think you can see underneath it, it looks really, really nice. It gives it a nice lining instead of just, you know, plywood underneath and what was on top of the platform here. Then I've got a couple blankets and sheets here. As you can see, I got a couple like wool blankets and this really cool blanket I found on Amazon. It looked super cool and kind of a camping theme or whatever. And back, as you can see, we've got a nice pillow my mom found at a thrift store. It's got just a cool little design, just nice for kind of decoration or whatever. And for the mattress itself, I just bought a 4-inch memory foam mattress and cut it down to the length that I needed it to be. It was a bit of a pain actually to cut it down, but it all went pretty smoothly. And I just used scissors and it got a little ugly, but you covered it in a sheet and it looked fine. So for what it's worth, it's infinitely times better than a tent, and it's still very, very comfortable mattress for me. So on both the edges here, you can see I've got the curtains. We got the good old red flannel curtains, just a classic. Just gives it a nice kind of hardy look or whatever. And I just ordered fabric online and then used double-sided tape, ran it along these edges to connect the sides. And then as you can see here, I just sewed in and stapled in some Velcro patches. I'll pull this one off right here so you can see it. Just Velcro 4 Velcro patches on every edge along, and then I just pull it really tight, stick it down there, just kind of for privacy, and it makes you feel like really enclosed and safe in here. And I don't know. I think it adds a homey feel to it. It makes it really cozy inside. I got that on both sides. So you could obviously pull these down if you want to access the windows outside, have a nice view out there, flip it down, let the air through, whatever, and then just super easily stick it back up. So I really like that little feature of it. All right, I'll go ahead and show you guys with everything opened up too. Just open up this window. This whole thing just slides right up, and I absolutely love this feature. You also have this window right here. Probably pushing it the wrong way. This whole thing slides and you can have that screen door open if you want. Super nice and convenient. You can easily just come in here. Obviously with the curtain up right now, you can come in here, access whatever the heck you need. But yeah, that feature was just so cool in my opinion. You can see, I absolutely love those windows. It's just so sick. And one of my favorite parts of this build, I'll get to right now, is the chair. I was looking at a lot of builds and I've never really seen this in a video on YouTube. It has a chair inside that's actually comfortable and not just a sheet of wood or something. But I wanted I don't want to have to always be limited in my bed. So I wanted something that, if you're kind of muddy or whatever after a long day, you don't want to be right in your bed all the time. You want something with a nice backrest. So I designed just with plywood and some left scrap wood. It was so simple. I lined it. I'll show you guys here in a sec. I basically did a design. I made it angled on the bottom platform and then I put actually hinges on the back of a sheet of plywood and then lined it with carpeting, put a cushion on top, and it makes a perfect Adirondack style chair that is super, it's actually insanely comfortable. It's the perfect place to just sit and chill, look out the truck, be around. I can just imagine doing tons of working on laptops and video editing, whatever, computer work, or just reading a book and just chilling, watching videos or movies. I found this perfect cushion that just matches and fits in perfectly in here, right in between it. And we got the carpet lining on the bottom of the chair, just a nice little pillow, add a little bit to it, as you can see. And then this flips down and you can access the back here, put more storage here if you want. As you can see, there's the plywood, just got it hinged down in there. So it's, it's adjustable height, however you want, for whatever fits your needs for your backrest. And I'll show you guys here in a sec. So here it is sitting in the chair. You have tons of leg space, obviously. You can just lean back have all the headspace in the world here with the extra 4 inches. It was pretty pricey to get the extra 4 inches of headspace, but I'm so happy I did it. It was a lifesaver to have not be hitting your head on the ceiling and just have a super comfortable chair that I could literally just sit in this all day and be totally happy. If raining or something, you're stuck in your truck for a few days or you're raining or camping or whatever, and you just need a good place to chill and you're comfortable for a while. This is the whole point of this, and I love it. It just adds a whole other dimension to this truck build, and I absolutely love it. So that's about it for the chair portion, and we'll get on to the flooring and cabinet. So now on to the floor. Nothing too crazy here. I cut down a little old piece of carpeting for a nice little rug in here for putting your dirty shoes or waders or boots or whatever the heck you're going to use on a trip. And then for the middle here, we've got, for my foot space, we got leftover cork flooring that we use in our basement for our house. We had a bunch of leftover cork flooring, and I love this stuff because it's got kind of a almost spongy texture to it, so it's just really nice for walking on. I think it looks super nice. I love the look of it. And so I've cut down the size panels, fitted it all in. I think it turned out really, really well, and I love how it turned out. So now on to the right side and my cabinet / countertop thing. So I loved this idea to have a whole cabinet and storage area on this side. I basically just took this same exact build and frame design and applied to this, and using the same dimensions or different dimensions and lengths, obviously, size it up to this side and how high I wanted it. And it's actually super strong. I could sit in it no problem, and it's perfect for a cooking countertop. It's just setting stuff on, tons of crap and whatever. Here's the front of it. As you can see, I got hinges, a little lock here that pops up, that just flips up. I got a door, and I got a whole bunch of storage in here. And here is the inside. It goes all the way back. As you can see, there's the frame on each side, and we secured this side down with old copper wiring and just tighten that really in. It's actually, and I put a hook in here, so it's super tight and it's barely really moves at all. Like, it's not going anywhere. So you can see I already got fishing rods in here, so that's one of the main purposes. But this is going to be for like all the like essential like tools and repair stuff, whatever the heck I'll need for that, fishing tackle and stuff. So that runs all the way back. I may be adding some like compartments or other drawers in there too. So that flips down. You just easily lock that in there again. All right, so for the inside of the countertop, super nice. You can just sit right here on the bed and you've got all, you know, all your countertop space here. And I also have another access compartment into here so I can reach stuff in the way back. I may be changing that around just so it's easier to access. But this chair moves up, it flips up just like that. You can access that compartment right there. And then what I really love about this, you can flip this right up. And this is going to be my compartment for clothes. You can see the inside, I put this on top, I put all cork flooring, put that cork flooring in here for like my base, screwed this all in. I'll try to keep it somewhat organized in here. I may be throwing some dividers. I may throw a divider right here for like books, or I want to have like a little mini library or whatever right here. And the rest of it is just all for my clothes. Just a flip up compartment, hinges there, and that about does it for the inside here. One of the biggest challenges I faced right out of the get-go was not only, okay, so the front right here, this is kind of an off-brand topper ranch. It's not like a Lear or an ARA, it's not like one of the top, most well-known brands. And I don't know if it was a problem installing it or the topper. I was pretty frustrated. There was a bit of a gap here when it's closed. But the biggest issue, it was leaking water bad. I'll show some clips of it. But back here, I'll show you guys a couple clips. Like, right along this whole edge, they did not do a good job of putting it on, like, properly. So this whole edge was, like, leaking, and it was a literal pool here. And also, which I'm not 100% sure how it happened, these windows right here were leaking really bad, seeping in along this whole edge and pooling up, mostly in this corner right here. It was like, I would splash. I'll show you guys the footage, but the back here, as you can probably tell, is leaking very bad. This is the next morning. But pretty much there's a whole pool all along these gaps. It pretty much stops right where the bed is, luckily. But we have a lot of water here, and it's seeping along all this edge right under here. The windows on the side here, as you can see, this is not as bad as it was. These whole corners, when you splat it, look how wet that's getting. For a brand new topper, for how much I paid for it, I'm pretty annoyed that it's leaking this badly. And so I was really frustrated about that, but I'll show you guys, I'll take you guys outside and show you what I did to fix it. I absolutely siliconed the crap out of that whole edge. There was literally a whole gap you could see in there, and you see there was a whole gap right underneath the topper because the seal foam wasn't all the way in underneath. So my dad and I just sealed and put silicone all along that whole edge and ran it all the way back here and completely filled in and covered up this gap. And now even like it leaks a tiny bit. I can handle a little water in a torrential downpour, but for the most part, it's like totally dry in there now. So I was super happy to get that fixed, but that was a huge annoyance. And I'm still working on the right window over there. Like, you'll see in the footage, but hopefully I can get that fixed. It only leaks a little bit now, but I still obviously want to get that one fixed. All right, guys, so now for probably the coolest feature of this build, and I'll just go ahead and show you guys right now. And I'll just go ahead and pull this out just like this. Comes out like this, and I've got a fully sliding out 6-foot drawer / this is gonna be my kitchen area. I have no like absolutely zero things about cooking right now, but I really want to get more into it and start making like a lot nicer dishes and stuff on the road and make just some really like fancy cool dishes or whatever. So I'm gonna be learning a ton and just cooking a ton of stuff out here. And I'm gonna have like a full cooker that I can have in here, and then in there I'm gonna have like a small cooker for when it's like raining and stuff. I can maybe like cook inside or whatever. But most of the time I want to be cooking outside, and I'll show you guys from a distance what it looks like. There it is. So now into the features of this, and I'm still like, I just built it. I'm still working on actually filling it with all this stuff. I'll be doing that over the full weeks. I'll probably give another full tour once like all the actual gear and stuff I'm gonna need is actually like totally in here and outfitted. Like I'm gonna be slowly building on this for like the next few months and probably for a while, and just keep slowly making it better and better and designing it to like my preferences and wants I need, and start gaining experience and know like what else I need and want for this build. But the first thing I'll show you guys right here, I got this whole nice countertop surface, and this whole thing just folds up right here. You can see right now I just got like a little washing container in here. I got some cooked pots and pans. Take that out. I found these sweet little hinges on Amazon. Installed those. It was kind of a pain in the butt. I didn't really get any footage of it, but we got it in. It's really cool. It's a really nice size surface for a cooker, which I have not picked up yet, but I'm going to be getting like a two stove cooker, camping stove for this. Have that set in, and it's pretty strong. Like, it wobbles a little bit. I'm going to work on securing it a little bit more. You can probably tell it leans to the left a little bit. I put some studs way in back to keep it from leaning and tipping forward. But I mean, it's definitely strong enough to hold a cooker and do all your cooking needs. You can see I laced the inside with some sheets of metal here, screwed them all in, got them on this side. Just give it kind of a nice, clean, professional look, kind of. You know, it's easy to wash down. You got cookers and you're messing around with grease and cooking around and stuff. So now on to this portion, which was probably my favorite, and it was probably the hardest out of the whole build to do. As you can see, I got raised up here. This is like my silverware slash spices slash just like essential cooking ingredients and stuff. I'm going to keep all in these compartments. In silverware, measuring stuff, and I'm obviously, like, I still got a ton of stuff I'm going to be filling here. I got all these pots and pans and stuff at a thrift store for like 35 bucks. So got all these compartments. It was kind of a pain to screw these all in with this really thin plywood without it splitting. So it was kind of a pain, but I got it done. As you can see here, I've got right here, this kind of a cool little, just the string. And I've got a pull out silverware slash just whatever the heck you want to hear put in there drawer. Like, you can just put in it. You can see I got a couple of just spatulas, tongs, you know, just cooking basics already in here. It goes a decent ways back. Like, there's a lot of storage in here. It was kind of a pain to do, but I sized it down and just built a little box, put these little fancy sliders in the way back corner here, and then built this all on top. And I think it looks really cool. I just think this drawer is just awesome. It took a really long time to build, and I slowly had to piece it all together and then lift it all into here. But I think it turned out really awesome, and I love it. I love the look of it so far. I can't wait to actually start using it and cooking out of it and everything. It's gonna be so handy. You can just be cooking here, reach right into here, have all like the utensils and everything you need, just super easy to access right here. So that pretty much does it for this. Slide this back in. This locks in pretty easily. And right here I got a divider. This is going to be mostly for its size, perfectly for propane. And then in the back, way back here, I've got a whole nother divider. I've already loaded this one up pretty good with tons of pots and pans I got for cheap, spatulas, cutting board in the bottom, some cups and bowls, like a whole bunch of just essentials that you're going to need. And you can see I got that divider, and then way back there I got more storage. I haven't filled that storage up yet. You can see where we ratchet strapped it down there. And you can see the frame we built, the plywood way in back, and then the studs right there to lock it into place. Gives it a nice smooth track. I don't have any expensive brackets to slide it out, so we'll just pull out, it won't gonna lock, and it is gonna lean a little bit this way. It was the cheap way, but for this first build, I think it'll work just fine. That about does it for the build. As you can see here, I'll get it from a distance. Alright guys, so now for how I lighted this thing. As you can see here in each of these sides here, I've got just little LED light strips in there. And I'll show you guys how I attached them. So you can see I got that really nice carpet insulation in here too, along with that spacing. I got all the features. I spent way more than I wanted to on this topper. But it's super nice and smooth and just gives it, yeah, a really nice clean look. And it makes it good. The carpet makes it good. As you can see, I just super glued little Velcro strips in the back of these. It's super nice. You could just like move them around, stick them right here if you want to, right in the middle to give you easier lighting. The really cool thing about these lights is that they're not attached to like a cord or a battery or anything. I don't have any battery pack or battery power system yet in this build. I'm considering getting one if I do get like a diesel heater for the colder months of the year. Later on, I'll have to figure out where I want to put that and stuff. I could maybe store it underneath the chair, build another compartment and back for it. I've already bought like a Jackery, I think a Jackery 300 for back here. So that'll be my power source when I'm back here for charging my phone, laptop, camera batteries, all that kind of stuff, lights, fans for now. And then if I decide I need it, I'll get like a 12-volt battery or something and figure out a good system for in back here. But for now, I don't have any battery systems. I'll just be using a Jackery back here. But the cool thing about the lights is I literally got these for 20 bucks on Amazon. And they have a ton of different features. They have motion sensors. It literally comes with a remote. And you can see here, they all turn on. And it has a timer on here. It's got different modes, sensor modes. You can change the color, the yellow, just a nice, you know, yellow, more natural color here. And you can also turn up the brightness. That's full brightness. It doesn't look super bright in here right now because obviously it's still light out. But I'll show you guys a clip here in a sec of what it looks like when it's dark out. It's late at night now. You can see it puts off a ton of light. The only downside is they only have a 4-hour battery life, but they do recharge fairly quick, and like, I have a battery pack back here. It won't be a huge deal, I don't feel like. So that is pretty much my whole truck camping build, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is really just the beginning. Like, I spent like 3 weeks building this. Shout out to my dad. He helped me just kind of show me the ropes and designing it, helped me design it, helped me a lot with the bed platform and just kind of show me the ropes, and then helped me with a few different cuts and the best way to design it. And then I did like almost the rest of it all by myself. I had like literally zero woodworking and power tool experience, so it was a little ugly at first, but I learned a ton through this project. It turned out way better than I could have ever expected and hoped. The reason why I actually built this whole thing is I want to have something that I can, instead of paying, you know, a lot for a motel or a hotel, I can cheaply just, wherever I'm traveling, fishing, I have tons of goals. I'll kind of explain to you in the next few videos, just kind of my plans and goals and everything. I want to travel the country a bunch and travel all over Michigan and slowly work my way up in this thing and get comfortable with it, and pretty much just live out of the truck part-time and take it on trips, be able to just hop in back, have a comfortable night's sleep, cook a nice meal, the whole pull-out kitchen and everything, and I want to hear you guys' suggestions for what else I should add to it. I am going to be looking in the future to adding some sort of power system and a mini fridge, probably in the back compartment, but I need to figure out how I would power that and everything. I'm thinking maybe like a solar type of deal. Next video is going to probably be taking this thing out on a trip. I'm going to take it up way up north into the North Woods, do some fishing, cooking out of it, and testing it. And yeah, I can't wait. So thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned. Big things, big trips. Content is going to be insane. I will really want to like just push this channel and content a ton the next few months. So yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one.